adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Most recently, you are down here in southern Australia, where you have come seeking the spirit of motion, the Australian spirit of motion named Shalon. Over the past several sessions, you've managed to make your way up a tower and fight off a series of evil giants that were keeping her captive up at the top at the behest of a fey woman. You drove the fey creature off and released Shalon into the world once again. After a short discussion, she left headed eastward, leaving you guys at the base of the tower with no way to get away because your boat has sunk. That's where we pick up, as you have one shard of the baneful Ashwood staff and no way to find out if Bloodsword's alive or not. You have no idea why Segeos originally abducted Bloodsword. After all, someone decided to silence Segeos during his monologue.
One time.
Now, we find you here, and it begins to rain. What would you guys like to do?
Hey guys, I think it's starting to rain.
Got one job on this ship.
Wow, that was fast.
Right out the gate. That's amazing.
I was waiting for that.
I have to do this thing. Yep. Okay.
I think he's starting a timer or countdown now.
Yep.
Sure. How are we going to get off? Well, does everybody have water walking?
I'm not
cast it on everyone.
I do not.
Oh well, there goes that idea.
I can fly. I don't know if that shore is close enough for me to fly all the way.
You could fly to
I
shore.
can
That's not a
get
problem.
us. I can get us up to 2 hours of water walking.
I mean, how far is it?
You
the
guys
shore?
spent the better part of 8 hours rowing your boat.
And there's no boat around here?
Correct. Your boat.
Well, we had
was
one.
sunk.
It's just in the bottom of the... Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of got abandoned when the water started to boil.
Yeah.
Is it still boiling?
I don't think so. I think when we release Shalom, maybe things have gotten a little bit more normal.
The waves are very vigorous. Getting in a small boat like that, trying to cross these waters would be very treacherous.
So would walking on them.
Indeed. You would spend the entire time pretending you're at a trampoline park.
For 8
Also,
hours.
the sea monster is still there too.
Indeed.
I suggest we look around this island thing to see if we can't find a means of transportation.
Okay.
Yeah, there could be another rune or circle like we found in the tower stuck around here somewhere.
I could also go back to those folks in the floating city and see if someone would come and get the rest of us.
That's an 8-hour one direction.
Yeah, fair enough.
And with the rain like it is, I'm afraid we might lose you, Kiki.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
you
they
guys
may
are now
not be very
soaked.
happy with us if the seas are churning. Although they don't know it was us, so.
Right.
You told them you were going to try to find Shalone.
We found her.
Yes. Surprise, we found it.
Out. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
let's
gone through everything I can
just
think of.
let's just walk this island, search this island, see what else we
Sure.
can find.
Awesome. So, as you guys begin trudging along through the rain along this rocky island, I need you guys to please roll perception checks. Awesome. Very cool. Nice. Very nice. You guys are rolling really well today. That just spells doom.
Yes, it's gonna hear you.
I was gonna say,
Okay, guys. Everyone rolled above a 15. This is trouble. The karma is so high right now. Ugh. All right, so as you guys wander the island, you're able to go and discover that you find no boats, no magic runes. The door to the tower is closed. You find no wildlife around. None of the Kuatoa are here. You're on a ostensibly deserted island with a tower. And you are wet, and it's approaching evening.
Guys, I am wet and it's approaching evening. I am going to get cold.
we're all
You're
gonna
going
get
to get
cold.
cold. And hungry. When was the last time we used the mansion Twilight?
I've got 3 charges.
Oh, nice.
I think the mansion may be a good idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We could dry off at least.
And maybe figure out what we can, at least figure out how to get off this island in a dry pool.
Is there any type of driftwood or logs or some other type of stuff washed up on the shore?
There is. It's very minor, though.
Nothing that I can lash together and make a happenstance raft?
Yes. However, it's a raft for some squirrels, perhaps.
Does anybody have a reduced spell?
That lasts an hour.
Never said it was a good idea.
It's an idea. I've got a potion of growth.
Well, I mean, does Covet really need a reduced spell?
She's
Hey,
already
I
in
might
my
be
lawn.
tired, but I'd be mighty.
For the record, that's me making fun. I'm sorry, not sorry, / having fun.
No, you're not. No, you're not. It's okay. This is what happens when we've been friends for as long as we have.
Yes.
Can I keep the disguise kit on the water and paint it as a bridge?
No. Like I have to go ahead and I have to.
No.
At this point, I have to go ahead and I have to quote my saying for Tuesday. No, you cannot lean into that. For those who don't know, I have a player on Tuesday who, on a regular basis, attempts to misuse skills and spells and has actually convinced me to create a feat that allows her to lean around corners.
Nice.
All right,
So I'm going to lay on the ground to see if I can't find my way out of this place.
Oh,
Okay.
Good idea.
Awesome. So, from where you're at, there are many directions that you can go in. You see the crystals on the horizon as to a variety of places you could go. All of them are quite distant. You do detect that the tower that you are next to is one of the crystals that holds a location information, and most of the places around have rain or wind going at the moment, which should not be much of a surprise, as Shalone is once again free.
Well, that was informative. Well, while y'all think of an idea of how to get us off the island, I'm going to play my lute.
This is going to be great. So, as he pulls out a musical instrument in the rain,
I was going to say he's going to ruin it.
Yeah.
With the noise that'll come with it. It is the fact that you are going to ruin your lute or your flute. And you're
Not
going
the
to
flute,
destroy
the
it.
lute, and it's well whacked. It'll be fine.
Not in this
No.
rain. And did you wax the inside of the sound box in your lute?
Of course, this isn't my first rodeo.
That explains a lot about why the lute sounds like it does.
Yep, like a dying cat. Okay.
so please roll your performance check with disadvantage, please.
Oh no. Everybody be prepared to tackle him.
So with the 22, while he is playing this, it does sound decent.
I love the question mark. Decent?
Have you been practicing Twilight?
Of course not. This is natural talent.
That's what I thought you'd say.
The musical
this
school I
is
went to
water
had us
music.
practicing with blades and all sorts of martial instrumentation.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I don't either.
Have you not heard of the College of Swords?
I've heard of them.
So, as he serenades you on the shoreline, what are you doing, Covet? Other than just being wet and bedraggled. Oh, for the record, your hair is flat.
Of course, but it still looks fabulous flat because of my wish.
Right.
Okay, so
It's like a Shakira video. Thank
Yep.
you, Twilight, for laughing at that one. Got him.
oh my god. Okay.
He knows
Don't
exactly what I'm
snort.
talking about. Yep.
Okay, on that note, I kind of go off on my own a little bit, not too far.
Sure.
I'm like, Leslie, can we talk?
You're going to contact your patron?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That doesn't sound too good.
So, as you reach out to your patron, Leslie, there is a response. Can I help you, Covet? Is everything okay? You seem bothered.
That's a good way to put it. So we've released Shalom. And well, she's gone off, and we've got this lovely rain going on and everything, but we have no boat to get us across the lake. Do you know how we can get across the lake, or any ideas? Because we're kind of stuck.
You're stuck. What happened to your ship? Your mode of transportation?
It the bottom of the lake.
Oh dear.
We had yeah, there's a big bad monster, a kaiju, got after us, and we had to literally run across the lake because it was going faster than the boat.
I understand. What would you like me to do for you, Covet?
Well, I'm trying to learn all these really cool things from you and everything. And at the same time, I'm trying to be very cautious because I don't want these things to take me over, obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, I'm trying to be a good student, right?
Of course.
So, I have this essence of a water weir. Could that essence potentially help us? Or
Ooh,
is that just something to use to fight?
that might be interesting. The question becomes, should you use it, where would you go? What's your purpose now that you've released Shalom? Is it still to reclaim Bloodsword?
Yes, but also there is these shards that we have to find. We know where we've got one, but there's 5 others we need to find.
So, what is your next
Oh.
step?
I guess head back towards where we can find Bloodsword, I guess. Because we
So
don't
you're
know where
ready
the
to
other
face Sagaeos.
shards are. Nobody's ever ready to face Sagaeos.
So,
But we do need to get him out of that cave that he's in. The drug camp.
why don't you give me a couple of moments? I've got someone at the door. I need to take care of this for a moment. I'll be right back with you, and I'll look in to see how Bloodsword is doing in the meantime. Is that fair enough? Are you
It's
safe?
fair. For the time being.
Very well. How long do you think that you can be safe there?
I look around the twilight
Who's playing his
and
lute?
I'm like, well, and I look to Islaren and I'm
You
like,
hear the
Islaren, can you just kind of...
Twilight, does she hear the term never gonna when you are playing your lute?
Absolutely.
Okay. Islaren is enjoying the rain as she takes a shower.
Well, everybody seems busy. Well, she looks around and she's like, hey, Kiki, can you just keep an eye out, please? Because everybody seems to be enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I'll watch. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very well.
She's
Keep
continuing.
yourself safe, and I'll contact you in an hour. Will that do?
Yeah.
Thank you. Come in, please.
I'll just make sure not to go into the mansion.
And she will fade.
Can I try to fly up just to see if there's anything on the horizon, like see if there's any movement, like people, anyone coming our way?
Roll a perception check. With the
Excuse me.
19, you look across. Yes.
Just for fun, can anyone cast water walk and try to walk into the sea?
That's up to you guys. Let me cover Kiki's perception check. As he looks out into the horizon, you can't see super far because of the heavy rain that's coming down, but across the water, you can see elementals rising and jumping. You see various fish here and there, and rain and wind. The waves are moving up and down vigorously. Islarin, you've been asked if you can cast water walking on Eowyn because they would like to go and try running on the waves.
I can cast that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Aelin, it's a 8-hour walking distance to the
Sit
other
up and
side of the
yeah, I'll cast that
shore.
on everyone, and I'll sit up and watch Aelin for a bit.
Cool. Awesome. So, as you go and water walk, you are going to have a hard time staying on your feet, but please roll an acrobatics check, Eowyn. To do some sweet moves.
Sorry, I always had trouble finding stuff on the site.
Cool. So with a 17, Eowyn rides the waves and bounces around. It's fun.
Might as well have some fun while we wait.
Yeah. Ayla, what would you be doing in the rain, bedraggled and wet, approaching evening?
Probably communing with my God, saying, "Why? Why am I here?"
Roll a
I'll let you
religion
know when
check,
I get an
please.
answer. What religion?
Yes, please. With a 23, as you listen to oh, that's the wrong music. As you try to listen to the rain and try to find a reason for being here, you feel an answer from your God. A presence that you've not felt since you were back at home. To spread joy and to spread the deliciousness of food to everywhere across the world. When was the last time you baked? When was the last time you caught a fish and grilled it? Sous vide something? When was the last time you served sushi? You have lots of options, Ayla. Explore the delicacies and cuisine around you. That's why you're here. To bring joy and festiveness to those around you. Don't forget that.
It's hard to remember sometimes, but thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
As this moment of serenity wipes out the rain from your consciousness for a couple moments, it's delightful. But then as soon as it fades, once again, the rain dribbles down into your eye. After an hour of Twilight trolling the party and destroying his loot, You will receive another contact from Leslie, Miss Von Sin. Well,
We go to the side.
I have some disturbing news.
Disturbing news is not necessarily a good thing.
No. I have scried upon Blood Sword. He is dead.
No.
No. Okay.
Not
Well,
only
I
is he
guess we can't
dead,
go
but
back
he
and
has
get him.
been quartered. And his extremities are being sent by courier to the various sections of Toivoa. As
Why?
warnings. So, I think the mission to rescue Bloodsword is over.
Just a smidge.
That sounds.
I
Indeed.
guess.
But I also have some other troubling information.
Okay.
Portals from the Fey realms to the material plane have increased in frequency. There is a
Doesn't surprise me.
very vigorous organization that has popped up here at the consortium called the Fey Watch. They are a hodgepodge group of individuals, mainly from the Fey realms, who seek to assist you in your goals. I have not revealed your identity to them, and I would ask that you not reveal it to them either. However, they are serving a purpose at the moment that is quite beneficial. They are finding portals here, near Nausea, to close, and may be able to provide you with more information regarding the shards that you have to collect. Unless you have business there in Australia, I would like to consider having you return to Nausea as quickly as possible.
And you say that they will have, they could have more information about the shards.
Perhaps. But there's more reasons to return to Nausea, Covet. There are things afoot that are causing problems. Problems with my peers. I'd like to use the word. Along with problems regarding certain gods that need to be addressed. I'm going to ask you to resolve any business that you have in Australia. And when you're ready, let me know, and I will have my superior send you a gift to return you to Nausea. Is there anything else
Is
I
this
can... What?
is this before or after Segaeus, or is he our problem or somebody else's?
From what I understand, there is a group of individuals currently led by a drow who are addressing the threat of Segaeus. They've employed the World Eaters, the organization that you once knew as being Narzul as being a member of.
Yes.
They've employed
Wow.
them and have formed
They
an
must be
armada and are in the works of sending a party to deal with Sigeos. We may get involved, but at the moment we have more pressing matters. Resolve what you need to there, and let me know. I will send a silver acorn to you. Keep it safe until you are ready to be returned. When you are ready, plant it, and a way will be opened. Be safe, Covet. You're a wonderful servant and an excellent student. Just remember to keep an open mind as to the powers that you've been gaining. Having a little bit more influence wouldn't hurt too much.
I just don't want it to overpower me.
Of course. We want to maintain control. But just only that. And with that, Leslie will fade.
When I know she's completely gone, Covet goes, mm-hmm. There are so many double meetings there. Okay. All right. I see you. I hear you. Okay. So, she turns back to the group, and what does she see other than a whole bunch of drowned rats?
You see a wet bird, which is a really sad thing to see. If you've never seen a bedraggled, wet blue jay, it is a pitiful sight.
Yeah, he's looking very unhappy, and probably shaking his feathers a lot.
Okay. Over on the waves, you see Eowyn doing sweet moves. Soaked, but having fun. Which is probably the first time you've seen Eowyn having fun ever.
I am a bit awestruck by that, but that is amazing.
Okay.
But I keep looking at Kiki going, we've got to get someplace dry.
You see Ayla being thoughtful and praying. You see Islaren basically supermodel posing in the rain. And then you look at Twilight's Call, who stands there with his lute and is coming in looking as dashing as he possibly can with that cheesy grin, playing music just for you. And you know it's not your music, but it is him, and for some reason, beyond comprehension, you still like him. And he's cute in this ostentatious, cheesy music.
Oh.
As he plays which song? What is the song?
Never gonna give you up.
Okay.
Wow.
Does he dance a circle around her?
We're no strangers to love.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, please.
You know the rules, and so do I.
That's what I was waiting for, the face
Yeah.
palm.
Uh-huh.
This is probably the fifth time
what I
I've been.
think you know.
What were you
Shut
saying,
up.
Eowyn?
This is probably the 5th time I've heard that song. I heard it on loop in a restaurant. On loop.
That's awesome.
So, Dave, that's awesome. But I keep looking back at Kiki going, I think we need to find someplace dry. Poor Kiki, he's like,
Nobody lost a slaughter.
he's pitiful looking.
Shivering. Trying to throw the
Really
water.
cat cold.
Yeah, all of those spaces within his feathers that normally help keep him warm have been filled with water.
He's a little waterlogged. Can we go to the mansion?
Oh, you want the mansion?
Yeah, because guys, we kind of have to have a meeting.
Awen,
I'm
what did you want to
sorry,
say?
But I figured we'd probably.
I want to start messing up the waves and stuff, and give
Okay.
my cloak to Chi-Chi since he seems cold.
Okay. What do you do
That's
for
sweet.
Kiki?
I wanted to give him my cloak to try and keep
Oh,
him
a
warm.
cloak. Awesome. Do you give Kiki your blue
Well, thank
cloak?
you. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Cool. So, Kiki, you've been given Eowyn's cloak to keep you warm.
Nice.
So, Covet, you said that you wanted the mansion or something?
Yes. We guys, we gotta talk about our next steps, and
You mean this mansion?
That's a
not the
tower.
baby.
No, I cast a magnificent mansion.
Oh, yeah, sure. That one.
Here is the portal as requested. This mansion.
Yes, let's go in.
Why would you think it was the tower?
I don't know. It wasn't facing that way. Put it behind us. Ah.
Does
So,
Twilight do entrance music?
Da, 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 da.
I'm not stepping foot into the mansion until he stops.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm cold. I'm wet. I'm running into the
Okay.
mansion.
Ayla
Yeah,
goes through the portal and disappears.
I go through the portal.
Kiki's definitely going.
Okay. Islaren?
Islaren will hang out for a moment, enjoy the rain for just a little bit longer, and will be the last one to go in.
Okay. Would Twilight stop playing music and go in?
Ooh, that's a tough one. But yes, he would.
Okay. So Eowyn follows in, and then after a couple moments left in the rain, alone on the shoreline of this rocky area, Islaren, glistening, steps through the portal. And you guys find yourselves inside your magnificent mansion.
Well, first off, I would suggest us all get close to the fire so Kiki can dry off a bit. Not that, but I don't want him to get too close because I don't want him to turn into fried or roasted blue jay.
No.
Roasted Kiki on an open fire.
Not really my
I
favorite.
don't. I really don't want to have to come up with a recipe. Okay.
Is anyone else what Jay tastes like now?
It's actually a very nutty bird.
What'd you say?
Blue jays, they taste very nutty. They're not
That
a
checks.
delicious bird. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, I've got some bad news. As she kind of sits on the floor near the fire, trying to let her hair dry out. Bloodsword's dead.
Well, so much for our trip to Australia. I guess we go back now.
Well, it's worse than that. He's been down and quartered, and sections have been sent off as warnings. But
Hold on. Warnings to who? I don't know
I-
much about your friend, but why would his body being sent around the island be a warning?
To who and for what?
Yes.
this is what happens to you if you oppose, I guess, Sagaeos. But there is a group that has um that has that's going after Sagaeos, and they have enlisted the help of the World Eaters, Narzul's group, to go after him. They've assembled a an armada to go after
Is
him.
that gonna be strong enough?
So
Is that gonna be?
we may need to help them, but it will be told to us whether it's
And
possible.
who's gonna give us that?
Humbled world leaders intentionally?
I guess intentionally, but I don't
They
know
understand
more
who they're
than that.
dealing with?
I don't think they do.
I don't either, but it's beyond our ken. So beyond what we can do.
I love the
But-
fact that I keep hearing the birds and I keep thinking it's my soundboard, but it's actually you guys having beautiful bird music behind you guys.
This is what happens when you live in the country. It's great. But there is something that we can potentially help with. There are portals from the Fey realm, as we know. We saw with the fire lands and leaking into this plane. There's more. And there is a group that has basically taken charge of trying to close those portals. And we all know that we've been tasked with getting the shards. What is it? The Bane staff shards? And they may have more information as to where to find more. They could potentially assist us, though we really shouldn't reveal who we are. It's kind of cloak and dagger kind of situation. But to do that, we'll need to get to Nausha. That being said, we seem to be stuck on this island with no way off. But I do have a way for us to get off this island if we want to leave now. If we want to leave for Nausha immediately, or do we want to try to finish things up here in Australia on our own first?
Certain are you that Bloodsword has perished?
Very certain. It comes from a very reliable source. I see no reason why this person would lie to me.
Lauren raises her eyebrow a little bit, having a good idea of what that source is.
She raises her eyebrow right back.
Kiki wishes
She has
he
no
had
reason
eyebrows.
to lie to me. This person has no reason to lie to me about this. Why would this person lie to me? This person's about Bloodsword's demise.
Except that
being tortured
she,
anyway.
except that she may really want you to go to Nausha and forget all this.
Well, either way, we're stuck. We can't get off this island. We don't know where the next shard is.
Isn't the bigger problem that the Feywild is still pouring into the material plane?
Exactly. And that's happening through these portals.
And this other group can help us with that?
Potentially. That is what I've been told.
That does seem like the bigger deal. I mean, not, all respect to your friend. Didn't know him, but I'm sure he was a great guy. I think the bigger problem really is, we need to figure out what the shortest distance between us and getting those portals closed.
Hevet looks at Twilight and is like, it's the only way to make sure that home is whole when we go back.
And while that is the bigger picture for you and I, we have a purpose that we were sent here for. We close some of that by unleashing chaos back and mobility, momentum, and movement back on this world to right that which has passes time. But will this allow us, or will this prevent us from accomplishing why we were here?
All I know is that we need to finish what we do here, whatever it is that we have here. So Shalon's, for lack of a better phrase, pop smoke and is gone. And then we could always go back to Jati Khan and ask for guidance as to where we need to go from there. But
The
big
problem
to do
still
that
is,
how do we get off this?
yeah,
how do we
how
get
do we
off
get
this
off
island?
island?
Like I said, I have a way for us to get back to Nausha. But getting off the island to finish what we need to here in Nausha, well, I don't know how. Anybody have any suggestions? I'm kind of stuck.
If
I
you
feel like
guys
we have a
want
duty and an
GM input,
obligation.
if you guys need GM input, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna let you guys figure your thing out.
I thought when we first received notification of the shards, we got told where their locations were.
Only one. The one we have in our hand.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember getting notification for.
And the
Well,
one that we have is only good if we have the other ones. Is that?
That's what I understood.
And the purpose of these shards was to help close these openings between the two realms?
to eliminate the potential for the Fey realms to bleed over to this plane.
Right. So if we return to Nashua, don't we and try to get help from them on where the location of the other shards are, aren't we essentially completing our mission here in Australia as well as working on our mission for dealing with these portals?
So our whole reason for coming to Australia was to rescue Bloodsword. Now that he's been drawn and quartered and is being shipped halfway around the world as a warning, we can no longer accomplish that. We have stumbled upon the plot of Sigeos and manipulating of the leaders of Toivoa with his frenzy drug. We have stumbled upon the desires of multiple Fae and Fae-like creatures that wish to bring the Fae realms here through portals and the manipulation of the elements. While that wasn't our original mission, we do have the ability to seek assistance in Nausha, to gain the location of the shards, to close the bleed over from the Fae realms. But ultimately, the true purpose of why we came to Australia no longer exists.
So our purpose changes. It shifts. It doesn't have to stay as Bloodsword. It can be something bigger.
So while that may be a personal endeavor and a desire of both myself and my lovely spouse over here, that does put us somewhat in conflict potentially with the whole reason why we're on this plane to begin with.
It doesn't necessarily put us in conflict.
No.
So we find and meet and administer death to those who need it at other locations.
Yep. A quota is a quota.
And personally, allowing Sigeos to continue to rampage kind of increases the death pool.
Yep. The Sigeos isn't our problem. It's somebody else's problem. Obviously, they've gotten the world eaters part of it. Who we might actually need our help.
So how do we
Go back to Nausha.
That seems like our only option, in my opinion.
I can
Much
have
as-
you guys roll a survival check. Specifically, Slaren will have advantage on this one.
You want all of us to roll this one or just this line?
Each of you can roll it. That's fine. All right. So, Twilight's Call. You're the only one who got high enough to get this information. But you guys do have access to a leatherworker's kit. You have several long items in the form of polearms and weapons that you could use as struts, and you could probably get some skins to form a rudimentary canoe if you wanted to assemble one. But that's up to you guys and would take some effort and would cause several of the weapons to be unusable during that time. But
I
if
don't
you wanted
have
to fashion,
any.
if you went to fashion a canoe, theoretically it's doable.
I don't have any skins.
Not yet, but you could go fishing for several days.
I have given everybody the options of what we can do that I know of. Twilight, have you voiced any of that to us?
You know, if we spend the next couple of days fishing, and Ayla's already expressed a interest on developing for some divine reason, not sure. It is quite possible that we could lash and sew and use these leatherworking kits to build a floatable canoe-like device for us to make our way across the water back to Zimmer. Just as an option.
Also, we need to take a long rest anyway. Maybe the storm will be gone in the morning.
So what do y'all want to do?
Sword risked great danger. Rescue me. Along with the two of you, rescue me. I was held captive by the Grung. Feel that I owe it to him, and if told that he is dead, to whatever means are possible, to ensure that this is true, and if so, I would not go so far to say that it is duty to avenge him in this manner, storm that cave, and to remove its ability to cause harm to anyone else if there are more immediate concerns, or would not prevent him from being dead. But
Miss Lauren, you had.
don't know. What did you say?
We
I
lost
said
you
you
for a
had
moment.
me at looting a dragon cave. I mean, right. To revenge for Bloodsword, of course.
Are you sure that's not his lair?
Even better.
I'm sure of nothing. Know that I feel guilt for turning back, reverting to when I knew what my duty was. Not yet taking the time to clear my mind and consider whether or not my reluctance to depart is a manifestation of guilt, whether or not it's the most prudent course. Or I do
So
understand the value of going back and beginning on this greater mission as well.
So this is where I play devil's advocate.
Actually,
That's
Brian
rather
says it under
ironic.
breath.
I know. That being said, yeah, you made me lose my train of thought, guys. The blood sword. He went into that knowing, that he left that whole life originally to get away from that. He fought valiantly, and from trying to escape being taken back. He must have found out what Stegaios was trying to do in creating this world order, this balance, quote unquote, in his eyes. What are we to Bloodsword if we don't try to set it right?
Didn't say we wouldn't set it right. Just we're going to loot the cave and while we're there, kill those that quartered Bloodsword, and then we go back to Nausha and go find the shards and do the portal closing thing.
I heard your Freudian slip of looting the cave. Guys, what do you think? As well. I'm not discounting my husband. I just know he's a little gold happy.
No, he's just gung ho. Go out there and get it.
Have you met my husband?
I'm trying to be.
Colored gold.
I'm trying to be kind.
Ladies, we can fight over me later. What are we gonna do?
Wow, he went that route. Ayla, that's your fault. Okay.
I'm just being kind to everybody, including you, Covet.
No. His intentions are just very much on the surface. He likes
I don't
gold.
think they're on the
work.
surface.
And
I
then
think his
he glitters and
intentions are
shines.
significantly below the surface.
And you're broken.
Ahem.
So, what do you think, guys? What should we do? I think going back to Nausha, in essence, takes care of all of our goals.
Well, that's what I said originally, but I'm willing to do whatever the group wants to do.
This is a democracy.
We sleep on it and meet in the morning.
Sounds like a plan.
Fair.
All right, so you guys want to go to sleep, or is there something you'd like to do before going to bed? Not you, Twilight.
Lauren,
You
Gotta
guys can cover
go.
that yourselves. We're just fade to black on that one.
I think so. I think
I wanted to
everybody getting a.
in the pen. Awesome.
Okay. So we'll go down
Anyway.
the order here real quick. Ayla,
Yeah.
what did you want to do before going to bed?
I want to go to bed because I want to get up early in the morning and go down to the kitchen with the cook and make a good hot breakfast for everybody because I think we deserve it after the cold rain.
Cool. Then we'll cover
Kiki
that.
deserves it more than any of us.
Then we'll cover that one tomorrow. Next, Islaren, what would you be doing? Before bed.
Islaren will go to the practice dummies and spend a lot more time than usual fighting them.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. And then, Eowyn, what would you be doing this evening before bed? Did we lose Eowyn?
No, when
Oh,
when I
there we
mute, I put everything on mute.
are.
So I want to let anyone sit in the garden since, well, if that's my favorite place, I'm sure it is too.
Mhm. Okay.
And it's just, I think it's a nice place to go when you want to clear your mind and stuff.
Okay. So Eowyn goes out into the garden to chill out and unwind a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. clear their minds. Awesome. And then Twilight, what are you doing this evening?
Continuing to work on the whispers.
Okay. Awesome. And just to make sure, which whispers are we talking about? All right. Those whispers. Got it.
No, I've got on my notes here where I've got 2 successes towards whispers, and I wanted to work towards a third.
Okay. Cool. So that's a intelligence check, if I remember properly.
That's not good. That's really not good.
Unfortunately, we do not get any progress this time.
No.
And then we go to Miss Von Sin, who is away from her computer, even though she knew it was her turn coming up. So we will
She
skip
said
her
that
and
she's
go
trying to push all of her essences into the pen.
Okay. All of them?
All that's left. So 2, 4, 6.
Wow. Okay. Cool. And then Mr. Kiki?
Take that back. Do everything but the evil, but the Celesto
Okay.
and the evil earth. So the fire elementals I'm going to put
Okay.
in there.
Awesome. That's hot. All right. Mr. Kiki.
Kiki is gonna he's gonna also do some sparring, but he's gonna put on a blindfold because he's gonna practice fighting without being able to see his opponent, because Kiki picked up blind fighting in the last level.
Awesome. Very cool. Would you spar with
That's
the
amazing.
Slarin?
If Slarin would like to spar, I would love to do that.
Okay. It's Lauren. Are you open to sparring with Kiki?
Ordinarily, I would be. I need this time to process tonight.
Okay. So, not this time. Got it.
Understood.
Cool. Well, after having taken your evening activities, the night will pass. You each go to bed. We fade to black and wake up the next morning to the smell of what?
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken
Ooh.
and waffles. Awesome. How good are these chicken and waffles? Please roll your survival check, and we'll modify the flavor by your survival check.
They're fair.
So a 14. We'll find out here. So it's 1d100. Well, I'm sorry. 1d86 plus 14 means they are not great. They're passable. They're edible. But this is illusionary chicken. And it's...
The flowers seem to be a bit old. I mean,
Yeah.
but I have to use what they got. So
Yeah. Yep. And the oil is illusionary and not flavorful. It's kind of on the bland side. You did what you could.
but I do have syrup.
Yep.
Yes.
That syrup's easy to make.
Yes.
All right.
I need sugar, water, and flavoring. That's it.
Yeah, where'd you get the flavoring from?
The
You
kitchen.
don't ask that question. Okay.
The kitchen.
Okay. So,
We get a
As
long
you-
rest out of this, right?
yes, ma'am. Everyone
Okay.
gets a long rest. Hit the long rest button. Go ahead and confirm that. And the magnificent mansion is about to fade. Is there anything you'd like to do before leaving the magnificent mansion?
I would like to, because of my really awesome new skill, which like resistance, I would like to become resistant to um, fire damage, please.
Okay. Cool. You are resistant to fire damage. And which skill is that? Just making sure.
Which like resilience, I think it is.
Awesome. Cool. Pulling it up to take a look because I had forgotten about that one. Sweet. So, anyone else want to do anything before leaving the magnificent mansion to head outside?
Oh, can I change that to psychic resistance instead?
Psychic damage?
Because I've already got fire with my staff.
Sure.
With my staff
you can do
instead.
that. Yeah. Cool.
All right, guys, you need to start making your way for the door. The mansion will close in 15 seconds.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Please
right.
make your way to the door in an orderly fashion.
So, as
Everything
you
that
guys...
you've seen cannot be taken with you outside the door.
Bam. And you come outside, and the rain has stopped, but the wind is strong.
Oh, wow, the rain has stopped, but the wind is still blowing my hair.
Got one job on this ship.
Still blowing the waves up too.
All right.
So,
Sitting
what
on the
was the
ground
decision?
just outside the portal, there is a small metal box.
Hey guys, look, there's a small metal box.
Got one job on this ship.
I wonder what's in it.
What metal box?
I walk over and I take one for the team. All right, what is it?
So you reach down to pick up the box. The legs of the box end in metal claws that have embedded themselves in the stone of the island. It's no
Hey,
bigger than
guys.
6 inches wide, 2 inches tall, and 2 inches deep.
Okay, hey guys. At the bottom of the leg, there's like claws that is embedded into the island, and it's like 6 inches.
One job on this ship.
All right, that's it.
This wasn't here yesterday.
He makes it so easy.
I wonder how it got here.
So I try to open it.
Okay. There's a little latch, and you easily open it. Inside, there is a velvet cushion, and sitting on this black velvet cushion, there is a very highly polished silver acorn.
I know what this is.
Okay.
I take the acorn, and I'm like, guys, if we want to get to Nausha, we now have a way.
Is that a boat? It's an awfully small boat.
It's the portal to get us to Nausha. Whatever you guys want us to do, I will hold onto this until we're ready to go.
I still think going to Nausha will give us the opportunity to take care of everything on our list.
But we're still going to the Dragon Port. I mean, to the cave to clear out those that killed Bloodsword, right?
I have no doubt at one point we probably will. I mean, Sagaeus is powerful. Why wouldn't he have one of the shards in his?
We have to check
cave?
it out, right?
I would think so.
Not now.
We're not doing that now.
You sound so hopeful. He's so cute when he sounds hopeful.
I think he just sounds cute at all times.
It goes without saying,
So
but
the
still.
cave that's just a little bit up the path.
The path that's on the other side of this lake that we can't get across.
Oh no, that's what your fishing and my leatherworking and all of that comes together in fantastic, glorious harmony after a couple of days.
We'll big picture here, baby.
Right. Drag it and talk. And the clearing out of the cave of those that killed Bloodsword.
Kiki, help me!
Kiki, as she seeks serenity and enlightenment, she is called for assistance.
Yeah, I need serenity and enlightenment here. That's exactly what I'm calling for.
I don't know. I feel like we're swimming upstream here a little bit. It seems like there's a clear path to bring us back to Nashua. Maybe we should start there, and then we can come back and we can go for the. I wouldn't mind taking a little revenge on Segeos. He doesn't seem like a very good guy.
Perfect. So revenge, loot, hoard, use acorn, go back to Nashua.
No, turn that all around.
Okay,
Go to
so loot,
Nashua.
hoard, use acorn, then revenge.
No. Acorn first.
It was a good plan.
Yeah, it is a good plan to use the acorn first. Miss Lauren, you're too quiet. What do you think about all this?
You too, Aowen.
I think it is best we save revenge for after we dealt with the main issue.
I agree.
Sloan, you're the voice of reason here. Come on, help me out.
I think that I believe you that he would most likely not lie to you about this. He said, then that reduces the urgency of going to the cave. I would not rule out that the offering you the most convenient solution per end. But in this case, it may also be the most expedient course of action.
So the acorn?
Reluctantly, yes, that is where I lean.
We're not saying no, Twilight. It's just not now.
That dragon cave is still going to be there. It's not going to go anywhere. But if Segeos is working with the powers that are opening these portals, we need to deal with that if we're going to get Segeos.
And his board.
Although, no, I did just argue the opposite point. But if Shalone is paying Zagos a visit now, perhaps made haste or quickly.
I am picking up what you're putting down as Lauren. I am right there with you. We need to strike while the iron is hot.
I'm sorry. Well, you got this chaotic motion guardian spirit.
Who's completely
Guardian.
engaged with her brother against Sigeos now, which leaves that cave wide open for possibilities.
Which means we're not going to get there
Yeah.
until after they've done what they're doing.
Perfect.
So if we're not going to get there till after it's over,
She is like the one. Don't you remember? Like she's the one in charge of like movement, like all movement. So like landslides, cave-ins.
I like to move it, move it.
I am so good at smacking you. Lauren, I love you, but you like to poke the bear.
That was the dolphin. Never mind. Sorry.
We try not to poke the dolphin. A, be vicious if provoked.
I mean, didn't we tell the spirits of Australia that we wanted their assistance with Sigeos, and we freed the spirits? They granted us their permission. They said they would help, and now we're going to abandon them to their fate against Sigeos without lending assistance. I can't believe it.
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt for us just to make our way back. How far away is Sigeos's? Hey,
You spent a week
It's
and a
just on
half
yonder.
traveling here.
yeah, we went through all of the desert area and all that after we left his cave. It's
Yeah.
a long
So,
way.
so then, adding the time it would take to gather the materials to create a canoe to get across the lake in the first place. So we're probably looking at like
We're
2
looking at a
weeks.
month.
No, we're looking at a month or more.
minimum. And let me tell you, and I'm telling you that Shalone is gonna have a heyday with him before we even
So an
get there.
unguarded cave. So perfect.
No.
I would like to comment that I do not want to go to the desert again.
Yeah, particularly with more, there's more portals open now than there was then. We had an awful lot of trouble getting through there.
Awen, I thought you liked the heat.
What made you think that?
You keep screaming fire and pyro and burn and all things hot.
Okay, well, those are two different things.
I don't understand.
So, all in favor of going to Nausha, please put 1 in the chat. All in favor of staying here and helping Twilight in his murder hobo-ness and treasure huntingness, please put 2.
Whoever wants
We
to.
do this in memory of Bloodsword.
I'm just impressed that he didn't reach over and push the wrong button on the keyboard. It's okay. Twitch chat has also voted number 2.
Twitch chat would like to see us become murder hobos.
Yeah. All
Know
right.
that you voted twice.
Coven did not vote twice. Twilight voted twice using Coven's keyboard.
So cross out the bottom.
Aowen, your vote is rather confusing.
It's fixed.
It's fixed. All right.
Dramatic sigh, disappointment.
It's a conflict of my real emotions because I don't want to go to the desert, but I also don't want to fight anyone right now.
I guess it would be good to sell all this stuff that we've been dragging across everything and actually get some decent potions.
Additionally, it would be disturbing to allow the world eaters to operate entirely unchecked in the operation.
So to now it is.
Do y'all get to tell Perfex that we didn't get to Bloodsword in time?
We'll volunteer to tell him.
I'll let you do that.
Because I'm all for going to the cave.
That's still not going to get us there in time. He's already dead.
But that gives us a way of proof positive bringing back, as opposed to, well, we heard it on the wind.
I'm certain somebody's going to get an arm or a leg somewhere.
Prices have gone up that much.
Yeah.
Literally. So this is how Aowen, you just broke Twilight.
I love how much everyone's gotten out of the shell now that they've got a good computer.
So
Fine, use the stupid acorn.
thank you, my love. And she goes over there and gives him a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, whatever.
And he sits there and he's sulking.
He says, fuck me.
Golden diamonds, weapons.
Abel will give Twilight a pat back for his sorrows.
Please, somebody understand. You could have voted to go the other direction.
Don't yell at me.
He wasn't yelling at you. He was just yelling at everybody and everything. He's just mad because he didn't get his gold and jewels and gems and anything that sparkles. So,
You're like a crow.
I was going to say he's like that little creature in the Harry Potter series that keeps running around looking for diamonds and gold.
Is that Dobby? Is that Dobby thing?
No, it looks like a hedgehog kind of.
Oh.
It's in the newer ones with Newt Scamander and them.
Yeah. Anyway, so that being said, she says whenever y'all are ready, I'll plant the acorn and we can head back.
Go for it, babe.
Is there something going on between the two of y'all that I'm not familiar with?
She rolls her eyes at Twilight.
Twilight, you've been granted
And
painful inspiration from the Twitch chat.
I am glad that I've got the support of Twitch chat. They understand the pain of not looting a dragon horde.
No, we didn't say you couldn't. We didn't say you couldn't loot it. We said you just can't loot it right this moment.
We'll say, Twilight, if all in Nausha able to procure the means of transportation to the cave, it may be our fastest route there.
That is true.
We could teleport there or something similar.
Yeah, maybe so.
So, with that being said, Havoc goes off, steps away from the shore so it doesn't get washed away, and proceeds to plant the silver acorn.
Okay. as you cover it over, you wait a moment. And then you see a small silver sprout rise from the ground and quickly expand into a tree. Over the span of a minute, 60 seconds, this thing grows taller than you, taller than even Islarin. Another minute, and it broadens and grows thicker, and then splits down the middle, opening, and you see a magical portal within it. The silver bark shining.
Now that is one cool
Well,
tree.
Well, Covet looks at everybody, gives a kiss on the cheek to Twilight, and says, "See you on the other side." And
I
steps
follow
through the
after.
portal.
I follow up.
Is anyone not stepping through the portal?
I think we're all going.
I'll fly
Does
through.
something,
Okay.
does something happen if we don't step through?
Yes, we change your character and you come back with a new character next week.
You're going
Okay.
to die on this island.
No, you'll just become an NPC that becomes a hermit on this island.
Ooh, that could be
Oh,
fun.
interesting. Oh, that's kind of fun.
I am not gonna let anyone snoop that low.
No? Okay. So as you guys step through and into the tree, you will feel a rush of magical energy as you are pulled through space and time into an office where, seated behind the desk, you see a man with black hair, his hair braided, ending in silver beads. He looks up at you with steepled fingers. Welcome. I trust you're safe?
6 of us are, but sadly we must report that we were to rescue Bloodsword.
That's unfortunate. My condolences.
Do
It's
we
always
lose you
hard to
guys?
lose a. It's always hard to lose a companion.
We definitely do not want his death to be in vain.
Do you wish to avenge it, or do you seek revenge? Because there are two different sides to the same act.
For the greater good, of course.
Interesting. Well, welcome home. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
Kiki's gonna walk up and introduce himself since he's never been here before. So, hi, I'm Kiki I'm Shakik Al Nazar, but you can call me Kiki. I'm from Raipur.
The gentleman before you tilts his head to the side slightly, listening carefully to your voice and to something else that you can't hear. He reaches out a hand to shake yours. Welcome, Kiki Al Nazar. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. There's an air about all of you that is sorrowful and yet anticipatory. Decisions lie before you that will cause a change in your lives going forwards. Be cautious and careful. Consider well what you do next once you leave this office, for it will change the course of history.
No pressure.
No pressure.
You're a very thoughtful guy.
Thank you. I do my best. Please excuse me. I do have some business to attend to. And he gestures to the door.
Oh, we're going. Okay, got it.
Well, I think. Well, Cabot nods at him and heads towards the door.
All right. Cool.
Before Lauren exits, she'll say, I take it that you do not need us to tell you about Shalom then?
He perks up at that. You know of Shalom.
Oh, yes.
Leslie didn't tell me anything about you knowing Shalom. Please, take a seat.
I raise an eyebrow at his comment about Leslie, but I will take a seat and briefly explain how. I'll give the concise version from like learning about the spirits, meeting Jatikam, why we diverted from the cave with Bloodsword and chose to go for Shalom, and then just so this is less brief than I was anticipating, but explain the giants and what I know of their that they had some sort of agreement, and as well as Thalia Neverworld, and then explain that we're able to free Shalom. That we saw the rains and the storms and to return to Australia.
He's listening intently to this entire hour-long discussion that you recite to him a report. He nods occasionally to show that he is listening and paying attention. And I'm going to ask, are there any bits that you would have withheld?
No.
No? Okay. Cool. Can I get a history check from Miss Lauren to ensure that she recounted everything? Awesome. Cool. That's really good.
And if she ever got stuck on something, she would flip open her diary, go to the relevant entry, and recount from there.
Nice.
Perfect. He thanks you. I appreciate the information. This will be very beneficial in future endeavors. Having someone such as Shalon as an ally could prove most beneficial to the consortium and the rest of our agents. Thank you, Islar and Shonazath.
Odd.
What is odd?
Oh, no, I said I nod.
Okay, you nod. Very well.
Yep.
As a reward for your information, allow me to grant you free room and board here at the consortium for as long as you stay. Also, the services of the nearby bathhouse, known as B's and G's, will be made available to you.
Smile pleasantly at memories of the last time we were there. And I don't make note of the fact that we already had free room and board here as members, but we'll take his offer as I'm sure that he meant it.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else want to do anything in this gentleman's office?
As Islaren is recounting everything, that just makes note of what's in the office and that sort of thing.
Sure. Roll a perception check, please.
Yeah, because we all know how good I am at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, real good. 10. Not very.
With a 10, the office is notably sparse. There's not a lot of things on the walls, but on either side of the room, there is a large bolster. It looks like a giant pillow, just like a tube pillow on each side, on the right and left sides. And with a 10, you can see that these two very furry pillows that are 20 feet long are breathing.
Pillows are breathing.
That's odd.
White.
So, can I get nature checks from anyone who observes these?
I definitely want to try to figure this out.
Sure. All right. So, Islarin doesn't know, Covet does know, and Ayla knows. So, I will send this to the two ladies. Because I love keeping secrets sometimes, and Twilight knows. All right, so Covet.
Awen and Kiki are talking about how they're the rare breathing carpets that we've heard about.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I've heard of them, but I've never seen one up close.
Neither have I. They do look soft and furry, but I don't want to find the teeth.
I don't either. Yeah. As long as the pillows stay over there, I'm happy.
All right. Anything else you guys need in here?
Not with the breathing pillows.
No? Okay. Cool. Then
I don't want them to wake up.
After Islarin is done, you guys can leave this gentleman's office and go into the hall. From down below, you can hear Druvian music.
Well, I look at another at Leslie's office door.
Yep, it's the first door on the right as you come out of this office.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have another meeting, guys. But y'all are welcome to head downstairs and do what you need to. Clean up, go see the bathhouse.
Judas?
Of course, I'd be happy to go there too. But I need to go here first. I can meet you guys there, if that's what y'all want.
Kiki's gonna ask if others want to head downstairs with him and go to the maybe go get an ale or something.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
great idea, Kiki.
I'll go with you, Kiki.
All right, let's go get an ale.
You guys, with your passive perceptions, can smell barbecue sauce and ribs.
What kind of ribs?
Beef ribs.
Oh.
Slow smoked over the span of 14 hours. The kind that would be at Terry
Not cool.
Black's. If you don't know Terry Black's, come to Texas. Go try Terry Black's.
I know Texas Roadhouse, which I love their ribs.
Yeah.
You are dead to me.
If that's
Well,
all you
he's
can
just
get,
What is the difference? He's nowhere near Texas.
Texas Roadhouse has some of the, in my opinion, and this is because I'm spoiled rotten, some of the worst ribs.
but if that's all you can get, I mean, you know.
Yes, I suppose. But Kiki, should you come back to Texas, we need to take you out to get good ribs. Just saying.
Well, that okay. It's a date. We will definitely try because I've always liked their ribs. But also, their buttermilk biscuits with honey butter.
Those are
which I
good.
love.
I will admit that those are good.
Those are very good. Yes.
However, there are many better barbecue places around here that I would take you to. For the record, I actually took Doug from the Monday night group out to Alamo Cafe, which was fun.
Yummy.
So, should you guys come to San Antonio, I will take you guys out to eat on me. Just saying. All right. So,
Sounds like a good reason to come to San Antonio.
Absolutely. Come where the good food is. Absolutely. All right. So, Miss Covett, you're going to go into the door with Leslie as the rest of the people go down to taste delicious food?
I guess so.
Awesome. As you walk in, Leslie is waiting for you. She's sitting there with a dagger sitting on a small stand in front of her. To the left, there's a orb about the size of a bowling ball that's covered by a purple fabric that has a silver trim on it. Welcome home.
It's good to be back. And she looks at the orb that's got the cloth over it. And been busy? Raising an eyebrow.
A little bit. I have a new contact that I'm trying to develop. The name is Tay Eagle Splitter.
Hey, I was pretty close.
He's quite the industrious young man and brings me presents as she eyebrows over at the orb that's covered. But
Scrying?
no,
Assuming?
different types of research. Something that I'll teach you eventually, I'm sure. Beneficial ways to collect information from the not too distantly deceased.
Ah.
Now, I trust you've had a safe journey.
Sorry, we lost internet connection for a second. Did she
Trust
say
you've had
anything
a
after
safe
the not
journey?
too distantly deceased?
Have you had a safe journey?
Back, yes. didn't know that the acorn was going to land us in Zutono's office.
The acorns that Zutono has in his possession come from a far-off forest and are magical in nature. They come from his homeland in Rathus. They are druidic in nature, and Zutono embraces them. He treasures them, but uses them for the benefit of the consortium in times of dire need. Having a little bit of pull, I asked to cash in a favor to get you home.
I don't know if you're aware, but Slarn decided to tell Zutono about Shalom.
Interesting. That's a very interesting decision. What did he say?
He said that having Shalom as an ally would be beneficial to Longstriders, as well as its adventurers. I think that's what he said. To us, basically. And his choice in pets are very interesting too. Dire weasels? Interesting.
Indeed. They are from Rathus and quite vicious. They have the ability to ratchet their jaws. Thus, when they bite down on something, they do not let go, and they drain the blood from whatever they bite, never letting go until one or the other is dead. They then consume their prey, biting massive chunks of meat off and swallowing it whole. Vicious creatures that he uses as mounts.
Maybe Twilight should take some notes from him. He's got a thing where he wants to have a pet.
Of course.
Did I tell you he tried? He tried to tame. He tried. Was it 3 T-Rexes? He tried a phoenix. Yeah, these things just didn't go too well.
Perhaps you should give him something else to ride.
Ayla's face right now is perfect. It's gone red. That's great. Okay. And with that comment, she looks at Leslie, raises an eyebrow, and says, "Every night." And then she says, "But I digress."
I wasn't talking about that.
What should he ride then?
That's very awkward. She's lying and you know it.
Oh yes, I do.
Yes. But now that you're here, we have several things to discuss that you should be aware of. One, the allies of the World Eaters are distracted. A friend of theirs has been abducted and is poised to become the new voice of Mosaba, the blood god of Toivoa. The ancient vampiress. Oh, a woman by the name of Saphira, a self-proclaimed pirate princess, an ally, or at least former ally, of the powers in Bourbon. She is to be made into the new voice of Mosaba. Should this happen, calamity will fall upon the world, and the newly released Shalon will potentially be a liability. We need to be aware of this. This is knowledge that I've just received in the past 2 hours. They have just left my office and are somewhere in town, presumably acquiring the spine of Caraxtos from an individual known as Valrin Fabblestabble.
About that. Fine of and by whom?
Valrin Fabblestabble. There you go. These 3 individuals, led by a drow by the name of Bryn Gemflower, are currently on their way there. Their intention is to rewind time in order to gain an extra day. We can take advantage of this for our own benefits, as they hold a key to the Chrononacrum. Should you acquire, spend money, or do anything in the next 8 hours, it will all be in vain and have to be repeated, as they intend to rewind time to this morning. All that will remain is your knowledge.
So, don't buy anything, don't do anything. Will this set us back to before we got here or after?
It will repeat everything since dawn. The key to the Chrononacrum is exceedingly powerful. You will have a sense of deja vu when they activate the key. Be ready for it. Be not disturbed, as it is under control and to be used for our benefit. Use today to gain knowledge. Do whatever you will around Nausea, and practice whatever you'd like. And then when time rewinds, return. Report back to Zutono Sherez everything that you've said. Repeat everything word for word as best as possible, so that he does not become suspicious of the situation. Zutono is a great leader, but is not interested in chronomancy, as he believes that the way things are is the way they should be, and altering the timeline is dangerous. While it is dangerous, I believe that we have the ability to use it to our benefit. So in that, I disagree with him, and we will do what we must for the betterment of the consortium. Is that understood?
Yes.
Good.
I'll just have to get my colleagues to agree. Some may be more difficult than others.
Well, they don't need to know. After all, it will affect them regardless of if they know or not. I would give this to you now, but unfortunately, you would lose it by the time you returned. So, during the next time loop, simply come in and take the dagger that is on the desk. It is my gift to you. for a job well done so far, Covet von Sin. I appreciate all the gifts that you've sent me.
She glances over at the dagger. She nods. And she says, well, I guess I will see you in the morning.
You'll see me earlier today, you mean?
In the morning. Oh.
Of course. Was there anything else? Oh, yes. We were discussing Tay Eagle Splitter.
Yes.
Tay is a member of the Feywatch, a organization bent on limiting the Fey influence on the material plane. He has knowledge that can benefit you. He's currently out of town, but should you need, I have ways to communicate with Mr. Eagle Splitter, and would welcome you to communicate with him. He has knowledge about a portal near the Broken Mug, a tavern between here and Ryport.
You said the Broken Mug?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He can provide you information regarding a portal that opened there that they have since shut. I encourage you to communicate with the young man and perhaps convince him that he should learn more of our ways.
Now, when you say our ways, what do you mean by that?
She smiles and seductively takes her middle finger and draws down the length of the dagger that's on the desk. The various skills that I've taught you. I'm sure he'd be a good student.
I thought you only took on one at a time.
No. Only you have accepted and been a good student. There was another at one point, but they've moved on.
There's no guarantee, but I will try. The choice is always his, is it not?
It is. And I don't want to force anyone into something they don't wish to do.
She raises an eyebrow and says, really, as she deliberately looks at Leslie's chest.
She smiles at you. Sometimes needs matter, and it's important to control those who can't control themselves. Better to restrict one's vision if they can't keep their mind to themselves. You understand that there are people in this building who resist such temptations.
I'm aware.
Not just the women either. There's a Goliath currently downstairs who resists me even now. Strong-willed he is, and I admire it and find it fascinating. It's rare that you find someone who's capable of keeping their own thoughts to themselves.
Interesting. Well, is there anything else that I should
No.
know before I leave?
Be aware that there are troubles afoot. The ascension of Saphira to the voice of Mosaba is troublesome and may issue and usher various blood-related entities throughout Toivoa. Danger awaits should you remain anywhere in the material planes. Should Mosaba stretch her arm further outwards, the other planes could be affected. We must ensure that the people who have just left succeed in their endeavors, or trouble will become much, much more problematic.
All right. Heard. All right, well, if that is all, I guess I have work to do before I will see you earlier.
Have a wonderful day, Covet, and do try to get some rest. Your hair could use it.
Oh, don't I know it? But hey, it still looks pretty good, even though I have a round rat look going on.
It's not that bad. It could be much worse.
That it could be.
Good day.
She nods, takes another look at the dagger. And what does it look like from where she's standing?
It's in a sheath and looks pretty nice. I'm getting the art for you. Give me a couple moments. I have to go and collect it. All right. So anything else I can do for you now? Anything else you need to do with Leslie?
No. With that, she heads down to the group.
Awesome.
Um,
As you come down the stairs, the group is having a wonderful meal. There is a half slab of beef ribs on the table. Several of them have been reduced to bones already.
Twilight's already developing the meat sweats.
Covet, as you come down the stairs, you see them seated at a table enjoying food.
she sees her companion. Then as she's heading that way, she looks for the individual in question that has Leslie's
Interest?
interest. Yes.
Awesome.
She looks casually. But doesn't.
I need to grit that
Yeah.
for you. I didn't have that one
But
important.
still heading straight towards Twilight. Of course, I'm not
Sure.
going to do something that you are all ready for.
Right, of course. But I can be ready very quickly. So if you're looking for that individual, we will show you what he looks like. Alright, almost there. Alright, so standing in at 8 feet tall, he's currently seated eating a pile of ribs himself at a different table with a couple of other people. There's a yellow dragonborn There's a muscular woman and an owlin, a little baby bugbear with a maul, and this guy. Sitting there, he's serenely eating ribs while wearing plate armor.
Is there a reason why you're giving the eye to this dude over there in the far corner?
Not giving anybody the eye.
Keep
He's
staring.
just big.
It's not polite to stare.
I'm not staring. All right. Jealousy McJealousy puss. Stop it.
No, the question is, do you want people to look at you because you're short?
They look over me. They step on me with regularity.
Just because he's height endowed doesn't mean you need to be staring at him over at the table.
She swats him across the back of the head and sits down.
Cool.
So,
What's up,
she-
Buttercup? What's up, Buttercup?
Whoa. So she looks at the group and says, "Well, we've got
Wrong
some
song.
You know where the shards
information."
are?
No, but I have people that could possibly help us with that and how to figure out the whole portal situation or get information for the portal situation and we may not want to spend any money
What do you mean not spend any money today?
For the moment.
I've got all this stuff I've been lugging around that I want to dump and get rid of.
Y'all are gonna have a chance to do that, just not at the moment.
That's okay. I think I'm in a food coma anyway. Gosh, this is good. I didn't know that
Okay,
cows
good.
could be
Let's-
eaten. We just got milk from them.
That's the proper use of barbecue sauces on beef.
Depends on the sauce.
You're right. Beef in and of itself, if cooked properly, does not need sauce whatsoever and digs into another grill.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
As you say that, Brad comes running up and says, "Thank you so much. You have no idea what I've had to deal with lately. There's this dwarf. He's about this tall, has bright red hair, and believes that ketchup goes on everything.
Your only purpose.
And we lost him.
Yeah, it's okay.
He even asked for this weird concoction that involved smoke and some sort of pig swill. He called it A1.
See, that is used to cover bad cooking. If you've got good cooking, it doesn't need the sauce.
He's horrible. He wanted his steaks. Brad begins to cry and weep as he wipes his face.
Don't tell me well done.
Well done.
No.
No, you have to dehorn it, skin it, slap it, show it the fire and fear, and then slap it on the plate.
Thank you
I'd like
so much.
to make a comment.
Yes,
Go right ahead.
Eowyn.
What's wrong with well done?
Brad looks at you
That's
and
gross.
looks shocked and clutches his pearls. You lose all the flavor. You lose the texture. The
did.
meat's burnt at that point. It's ruined.
Where you turn a piece of meat into charcoal.
I quite like well done. It's not bad.
He cries and hugs Twilight, and they mourn for your steak.
What the
Medium
hell?
to medium rare is better.
We who are gathered
Well,
here today
Well, it's not my
are
fault
in
they're medium
remnants.
rares rubbery for some reason.
That's because you got a
Yeah.
bad steak. If it's rubbery, there's a problem.
Yeah.
A correctly cooked steak, even at medium, should just fall apart.
Yeah.
It's just that there is a little pink in the center that still has flavor. So don't cook
And
your
we've
steak
got a
so
place
much.
here. We've got a place here that cooks steaks perfectly.
That
Yeah.
which could be, that which will never be. As we witness the travesty that is the well
Can I
done of
snack
the steak
Twilight?
as it moves.
Oh
You
my
may.
gosh.
Please roll your unarmed strike. There you go, Covet.
I don't.
Hit yourself.
I'm not
So
hitting
Covet-
myself. I'm,
Anyone you missed.
I won't
She
miss the
leans
second time.
over.
Go ahead, anyone?
I won't miss the second time.
She's like,
Go with the second time.
lift it a little, lower it just a little, lower your hand just a little bit. There you go. She giving AOM pointers.
Wow.
There you go.
Twilight, you've been thumped on the back of the head.
Thank you,
hurt.
go back.
She leans around Twilight's back and just gives a high five to Eowyn.
Glares at Covet.
And she looks right back at him and right back at Twilight and just gives him an air kiss.
For the record, I'm going to go ahead and just interrupt here because this is Eric's PSA about steak. If you ever want to try this, this is Eric's preferred way to make a steak. It's called Pittsburgh style, where they season the meat and then you put it on the grill and you put an entire stick of butter on top of it and you let it cook just like that. And it cooks the outside into a hard crust and the inside stays tender and juicy. It's perfect.
An entire stick of butter?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As the butter melts, it goes around
Fabulous.
the steak. Yeah, this butter goes around the steak, hits the fire comes up and forms a crust around the steak.
It sears
wonderful.
the steak, yeah.
Just
Oh.
I've not done it
is-
with a whole
It's
stick of
fabulous.
butter, but I've used about a half stick.
it is
It's not-
dangerous to do, but beautiful and delicious.
I always thought too much butter was bad.
There's barely any butter left on the steak. And it burns off. It's great.
So
Pineapple
is there
juice
such
overnight
thing
is
as too
also a
much
thing
butter?
I taught you guys, which is great. Teriyaki sauce as well. Go ahead. What were you saying, Lauren?
Is there such thing as too much butter?
No.
According to Paula Dean,
I
no.
think that David Taylor's patrons quote of the day is always add more butter.
Mm. All right.
So
Yes.
again, guys, I'm just saying, don't spend anything today. You will be able to once we come back at dawn.
Come back where?
Why?
Here,
What are
And-
you talking about?
you'll understand. You're gonna have a bit of deja vu. I was informed of some things that are gonna happen. And we just need to do everything exactly the way that we did this up until now.
So I get
Exactly.
attacked Twilight twice?
Yep, you can hit it twice. That's totally fine.
Absolutely not.
I got Covet's permission. It's okay.
And I mean, all the way to telling Lauren telling about Shalom. Just I'm not exactly certain.
Covet, what's going on?
Yeah. something I have absolutely no control over, and we just kind of have to go along with it so we don't have to do things twice.
Are you saying that there's a what?
Eye magic going. And she says this very quietly and making sure nobody can hear her except for her group. Because she knows it can freak people out.
Are you talking chromomancy?
Well, but I'm not the one who has it, neither is the person I know.
So nothing that we do today is going to stick.
No.
So we can just do what we want?
No! There's going to be a sense of deja vu, so no, we cannot do just whatever we want. So let's go relax. Let's get some rest. Let's just do what we can. But when our day starts again, we don't mention anything about time magic.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm kind of on board with Twilight for doing whatever we want today.
You kind of on board with Twilight doing whatever you want today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm cool with going and slugging Basil, but that's just me.
Anything we do today is going to show up as a bad dream, or are we going to know that it happened, but it didn't happen?
It could potentially know that it could happen. It's going to come back as a sense of deja vu. That's why it needs to be as close
So
as
we
possible.
can go and punch Basil.
No.
I'm on board with that.
I know.
So all in favor of going and punching Basil, put 2 in chat.
No.
That was fast. Oh no, they're all...
This is not going to
I could just watch from the side.
If we're on board with this, what a great example it was.
So, I'm missing 2 votes on that.
I won't get in trouble if I just watch from the sidelines.
Is Covet voting right now with Twilight's hands? Is that what's
Yes, that's what's... Yeah. I saw her move her wine out. I saw her move her wine into the way so he couldn't push the button.
That's because that's alcohol abuse if he dumps it over.
Does the Twitch chat also agree with this?
They do. Krenin does.
We have enough votes.
You have 5 votes. Lauren says no. But Jordan says yes. So we now have more people in Twitch chat agreeing that you guys should go punch Basil.
Okay. Covet says no, but me,
you're
outvoted. Player, yes.
Lauren will ask, you are speaking hypothetically, correct?
Well, you don't have to do the punching. You just have to grapple Basil while the rest of us do the punching.
You will not.
Oh.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
Do you want it to be a surprise attack or something? Because I can try and distract him.
It's Lauren. I'm thinking about going to the spa while this goes down. Would you like to come?
I would absolutely like to go to the spa. And I trust that the rest of you will keep yourselves out of trouble.
No, absolutely no promises.
Trouble? Us? Trouble?
I don't understand the meaning of the word.
Yeah, you can teach me how to do that whole hair flick over your shoulder kind of thing that you do so beautifully. You just got to teach me. I mean, toss.
It is
Are we talking the
a
Schlitterbahn hair flip?
No, we're talking like the
No.
herbal essence hair flip.
Oh, the herbal essences hair flip. Got it.
Yep.
It is something that I would be grateful to teach you, and we can start by understanding the lifetime of discipline that it takes to develop such a power, as well as the oath that one must swear in order to engage it.
I saw a paladin do that once.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's Lauren.
Oh no, it was a different paladin. It was an arena or a battle royale or an underground fight club. I don't remember.
Oh, you mean the one that the Minotaur won?
No, the boot, silver boot or sunken boot or kick the boot or kick the bucket. I don't remember.
I think that's what Paladin did when the Minotaur won.
I don't remember that episode.
I just know it can be wicked.
He kind of turned Woody kind of into a tree. I think that's what happened, wasn't that?
Is that the paladin's new nickname, Woody?
We're gonna go with that nickname. I like this.
All right. So, you guys ready to leave?
Absolutely.
I'm headed to,
Awesome.
Yes.
to the spa
Yeah.
with this, Lauren.
Cool. So as you guys go out into the town proper, I need everyone to please roll perception checks. Awesome. As this is the first time you've been outside in Nausea in quite some time.
It's humid.
Awesome. In the sky, and all of you can see this, in the sky, there are some clouds that have taken shapes. The clouds form letters. The letters read, Amer needs a beautiful lady to drink with. Taking applications.
I think there's clouds in the sky that have letters.
As you're watching, you got one job on this ship. Got one job on this ship.
You're awesome.
While you were watching, new letters.
Granted.
New letters appear as you are reading these. The letters read ASL question mark. BFD seeks AH for short-term encounters.
Black
Lauren will
paladin
deliberately fail her insight check to try and figure out what that means.
Okay.
Black Fathom Depth seeks auction house for short-term encounters.
Please roll an insight check, please, Twilight.
That's
You
absolutely
have
it.
advantage
That is
on this as you are a bard.
Can I see where Ronaldo's basil is?
Yep, one moment as I send this to Twilight's call.
Okay.
One moment.
Kristen, stop it. I am so glad you can't hear him right now.
Hurry.
There you go, Twilight's call.
He is meowing very loud.
Oh, I hear that.
You can hear him meowing.
That's a great. That's
I'm
awesome.
muting.
So,
No, it's
you
fine.
can thank
it's not
other
loud.
groups for this. Just saying. Right now, there are
Big
5.
female dragon seeks adult human for short-term encounters.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you could think the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday evening groups for this.
Hilarious.
So, not that
I don't
they.
think thaumaturgy or druidcraft can reply to any of those.
No. It's at that point that you see a green dragon fly across the sky. In a rush, headed eastward. Or, no, sorry, southward.
Grab my trident.
You do have your trident.
Or in case it. Oh, yeah, I grab it in case it dives down and prepares to attack.
Okay.
We
It
do not
stays
trust
pretty
dragons
high-
much in the campaign, do we?
What? Okay, our internet went funky. So it's at
Repeat
that
that,
moment
Ava?
that what?
Oh, a green dragon goes flying southwards.
I was
Lovely.
saying that we do not trust dragons much in this campaign, do we?
No, you don't
Mhm.
trust dragons very much in this campaign.
No.
No.
Would that be a big female dragon?
Particularly not chromatic dragon.
Please roll a perception check to tell.
Damn.
Can't tell. Not from this range.
For God's sake.
Can I try rolling?
Sure. Absolutely. Eowyn, that is not a female dragon, but it is flying in a female fashion. It's a dude pretending to be a girl.
Looking for an adult
Well,
human.
That's very interesting.
Indeed.
Is its name Lola?
No, its name is Ruzid. Just saying.
But you can call her Flower if you want to.
So it's at that point that you can see Ronaldus Basil watching the dragon fly by.
Oh, Can I, like,
His hand on his
wave?
sword, ready to smite the evil thing out of the air.
He's still full of himself.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lauren and I are headed over to the spa.
We
spa.
are no longer in the vicinity here.
Very
No,
We
well.
are not witnesses.
no, we are gone.
I want to wave
We're
get his
gone.
attention and go up
We've
to
got herbal essence lessons.
I missed the dragon.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys see your prey ahead of you. The witnesses are missing. As you plot your engagement against the legitimate
Yeah.
law enforcement of the city, what do you want to do?
I want to. Well, first, I want to wave his attention and go up to him. That's how he's been.
Oh, greetings, Eowyn. It's a pleasure to see you back. Have you proven yourself worthy of the Blue Cloak?
I'd say I did okay. Let's say
Excellent. Oh, as I knew you would. Otherwise, we wouldn't have recruited you. Well done. Now, do you have any excellent stories to tell? Perhaps we can get you new armor. We do have a new leader in the Blue Cloaks. His name is Amor Shastina. Quite the dexterous individual. He's very adept at slaying dragons.
Well, a lot has happened, so I wouldn't know where to start.
Oh, not a problem. No, dear boy. No, we need to get you new armor. After all, we must ensure that our Blue Cloaks are quite the well-equipped individuals. Then right this way. Come with me to the Citadel. You should have seen the lady that came through. And he's actively interrupting you. It's not just Eric. This is actively Ronaldus being a dick. as he will put his arm around you and start walking you towards the Blue
Wait.
Cloak Citadel.
Wait.
Oh, yes. The rest of you can wait. We have Blue Cloak business to
That's not-
conduct.
So I like.
The net goes around Basil.
As the net goes around him, he is going to... Oh, let's see. Does he have what he needs to handle this? He does. As the net reaches near him, he turns, and with a point at you, Twilight, he goes, "Citizen, stop!" And a shield forms around him. And I need you guys to roll for initiative, please.
What? This is not going to plan.
When does it ever?
Does he still have me stuck?
No.
It's Lauren.
Okay.
All right. It's Lauren. You do not get my +4. You do not collect 200 gold. All right. So, going down the initiative order, we have Twilight's Call. A magical barrier has protected Ronaldus Basil from your net. As the net is shed onto the city street, what would you like to do?
So I am going to dispel his poor magic.
Okay. So, the shield fades. Anything else you'd like to do?
As a bonus action, no, I cannot as a bonus action.
Citizens, beware! We have ruffians in the town. Eowyn, arrest this man. And then we go to Ayla's turn. Ayla, what would you like to do? Did we lose Ayla? I think we might have lost Ayla. Okay, so while we wait for Ayla to return, we will go ahead and go
Ayla,
to...
you are not in Discord.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Ayla, so... Alright, so after Ayla, we would go to Kiki. What would you like to do, Kiki?
Kiki's gonna fly up to Basil's head and just say, "This isn't really personal. I don't know you, but my friends want to hit you a couple times." So he's gonna try an unarmed strike.
Stop, evildoer! And he smiles at you. I'm sure you'd like to try. Please try again. Uh-oh. So, as you miss him twice,
I will try a flurry of blows.
he begins to hold up his hand, and he just holds you away like a little kid, hand on your face.
You just see like this angry bird, just like
The full windmilling. Please,
have
do
it
not
in
hurt
real
yourself.
life.
We do not wish for the citizenry of Nausha to be injured. Please cease and desist.
I got him, guys. Don't worry. He's all taken care of.
Ayla, what is the command you would like to issue for Ronaldus Basil? We cannot hear you for some reason.
Secret command.
The secret command?
Is it kneel or grovel or repent?
Repent would be good.
Repent!
Prone?
Prone.
Okay. Awesome. So, his wisdom saving throw of a DC 18 is going to result in, with magic resistance, an 8. So he will use his first legendary resistance to not go prone.
Legendary, of course he does.
Of course he does. He looks at Ayla. I'm sorry, madam, but I only go prone for one woman. And I'm afraid you are not her.
Amazing.
And then we go to Eowyn. What would you like to do, Eowyn?
I will.
I want to know who that woman is.
I will grab Chi-Chi and try to separate the two of them because I
Okay.
agreed. I didn't agree to anything, but they want a full-fledged fight.
All right. So Kiki, will you allow yourself to be moved
Have you met
back?
Twilight?
No,
Yeah,
apparently
I'll
not.
do the. I'll do the thing, you know, like where your friends are holding you back, but you're not really wanting to be let go. So, like, let me at him. Let me at him.
Please calm
Okay.
down so this doesn't escalate.
All right. Ronaldus Basil is going to smile at the entirety of the group here, and he's going to cast a spell. As he points at Twilight, he's going to point at Kiki's under control, so he's going to point at Twilight and Ayla, and he's going to cast a spell, and he's going to point to a nearby building. And I need both of you to roll Constitution saving throws of a DC 16 or be vortex warped into jail.
Is this a charmed or is this a type of condition?
It's
I
a
really didn't mean for
teleportation
this to go
spell.
this far.
Vortex
Ayla?
warp, yeah.
Yeah, vortex warp puts Ayla through the window into the jail cell. Twilight's Call resists, as Ayla is now in jail. Twilight, you've resisted. That is his action. He is going to use his free interaction to draw his shield, causing his AC to go up. We then go to Twilight's turn.
All right.
We're not going to go there, Aslaren. I know that song.
Yeah,
Oh, I know
Knuckle-
that song
Knuckles has
too.
to line them all.
I was
I hope-
tempted, but I was like, that's not PG friendly.
Not at all.
Twilight's gonna say Ronaldus Basil.
Awesome. So you're going to
Oh,
use
no.
your earworm?
Yes.
So with advantage, you will get a 22. He resists your earworm.
I will do a silvery barbs on that one.
All right. Your silvery barbs results in him getting a 19.
Damn it.
Okay. So he succeeds against your earworm. He will suffer the 17 damage from that. And he smiles. Citizen, cease resisting. We do not need to continue this. Your affiliate has already been incarcerated. Please don't resist. Eowyn, release the Aarakocra thing. It can't harm us.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Very well. Then arrest them and put them in the cell.
Yep. I don't think anyone needs arresting.
How would you handle this, Eowyn?
They probably had too much to drink and just write them a charge or something.
Very well. You handle them. I'll walk away. And he will use his movement to walk away from Twilight and Kiki, leaving you holding Kiki back. We then go to Kiki's turn. Kiki, you are currently being held by Eowyn. What would you like to do?
If I feel Eowyn's grip loosening, I'm gonna make sure that I don't move too far. So that I want to keep up the. It's more of a performance at this point to make sure
Right,
that
the
nobody
farce.
thinks that I'm. Yeah.
Okay, please roll your performance check. Feathers and wings, claws and everything. Very convincing. Awesome.
I'm trying to help you, Twilight. Eowyn's got me pinned down. I can't get away from him.
All right. Then we go to Ayla, who is currently in a jail cell. What would you like to do, Ayla?
Can I see them out my window?
Yes.
Ah, my sound's fixed.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I want to do.
Okay. He's walking away from the fight.
Let him go. Can somebody come get me out of here? That's
All
what
right.
I want to do.
Cool. Then we go to Eowyn. Eowyn?
Is he like gone?
Nope, he's 30 feet away.
I'll but like you hold Chi-Chi. You're in trouble too. I didn't agree to a fight.
I didn't shoot him.
Will you start? I agreed to a few blows here and there, not a full-on fight. That means no
I
magic.
can't help it that Kiki missed him. What, 3, 4, 5 times? Come on.
Just hold Chi-Chi.
Do you give Kiki to Twilight?
Yes.
Okay.
I hold
Twilight, do
Kiki.
you hold him, okay? Anything else, Eowyn?
I'd like to use my movement to catch up to Renato's Basil.
It's a shame that the ruffians of this town have gotten so brazen. Perhaps you are
wait.
wise to have handled them in that way.
You maybe let the other one out of jail.
Of course. They've done no harm. Feel free to go and tell the guards. Just simply tell them that you are a blue cloak. Show your cloak and they will let her go.
Okay, thank you.
You have authority here. And when you're ready for your new armor, please arrive at the Citadel, Eowyn. Nice to have seen you have such good wisdom and restraint in dealing with the riffraff of this town.
Yeah, sorry about them.
You're not responsible for their actions. They can't help themselves, you understand? The people of this town are dull and not worthy of respect. However, we do protect them because of that and in spite of it. You've done quite well today. Good job. Good show. I'll see you at the Citadel.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
And he's going to stride off unless you guys want to do anything else. Twilight?
He can look at Twilight.
Kiki, I know you got a little hot under the collar, but you need to calm down.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess if you're going to calm down, I will too.
All right. Eowyn, do you go get Ayla out of jail?
Well, first off, both of you, Chi-Chi and Twilight. Well, maybe not Chi-Chi, but Twilight. Where did the net come from? Where did we agree to a net?
How else do you restrain somebody then punch the lights in?
I offered to talk to him and keep him distracted. When we were walking away, that would have been the perfect opportunity.
And you didn't take it. I thought it was your opportunity.
What makes you think I'm gonna hit him?
That's why you came, isn't it?
I came so you two could do it.
So much.
It doesn't matter. It's all going to be redone anyway. He won't remember a thing.
Chi-Chi. Just don't.
Man.
Let's just go get Ayla.
All right. So you guys going to
I'll
follow Eowyn into the jail?
I'll
No.
look at what scald you later.
All right, so
I will
Eowyn,
listen on the docks to see if there's any talk about shards while Aelin goes and breaks Ayla out of jail.
It's not
Okay.
breaking.
It's
Nope,
not breaking me
it's
out.
not breaking. Eowyn, you walk into the jail cell, or into the jail, and a deputy is sitting there with his feet on the table, and you walk in, he pulls his feet off the table and stands at attention. Yes! How can I help you?
I'd like to take someone out. They were they were put in by accident.
Of course, yes. Who would you like?
Her name is Ayla Taylor.
He looks at his records. I don't have anyone here by that name. No one's registered that person.
Well, maybe you can take me to the cells and I'll look for her there.
Of course, anything you want. And he turns and walks you through a door and down a series of jail cells, and you can see that there's a Minotaur in the cell, there's a different Aarakocra in a cell, there's a Kenku in a cell, there's a human man wearing a gnoll hide skin in a cell, and then you see Ayla Taylor in a cell. And the guy looks very disturbed that someone's in here that wasn't registered. Is this who you're
Yeah.
looking for?
It is.
He quickly gets the key out and fumbles with it, puts it in the lock, opens it up, and lets Ayla out. Anytime
Thank
we can
you.
serve the blue cloaks. Anytime.
Thank you. Sorry for the trouble.
Of course, no trouble at all. Anytime we can be of service to the blue cloaks. I'd like to become a blue cloak, but I keep getting rejected due to the physical aspects. I can't pull off the run. Do you think I could get an exemption somehow?
I don't. Well, I could check. What exception are you looking for?
Well, I don't want to do the run.
Okay, I'll check. What's your
That's
name?
what they all say. Oh, my name's Buford.
Buford?
Yep.
Okay, then I'll check with Basil to see if you can get one.
Oh, there's no need to bother, Mr. Basil. It's okay. I appreciate the. Sorry to be a bother. You don't even bring it up. It's okay. I appreciate it. It's all fine. Have a nice day.
Okay then.
Do you walk out?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you've freed Ayla. As Twilight goes to the docks with Kiki to try to listen to some gossip, we're going to have Ayla and Eowyn come out to meet up with them. Meanwhile, our ladies who seek true beauty have gone to the spa. You will be pampered and taken care of. Mani-pedis, hair treatments, the eyebrow wax, the whole 9 yards. Everything's done properly. You get the facial massage, the foot massage, the full body massage, the massages, the body masks, everything. It's to die for. And because you mentioned Zutona's name, you get it all for free. So,
Yay for free.
Does that mean we get to repeat this?
it's at that
We are
point,
not repeating anything.
the people on the docks. The area around you begins getting dark at this point. You look up at the sky, and the moon is moving in front of the sun.
Looks like the moon is moving in front of the sun.
Got one job on this ship. As it does so, the sky begins to glow crimson, as opposed to the normal gray from a solar eclipse. As the eclipse reaches totality, it's not just dark, but the sky appears to be blood red. You hear people
Uh-oh.
running and screaming through the town. I need you to roll perception checks for the people who were not in the spa. Completely distracted at the moment.
Nice.
Oh God.
Awesome. Cool.
Ayla's hiding in between a set of boxes.
Ayla's pissed off still because she got thrown in jail.
I'm standing out here. I'm gonna fight whatever this is that's making the sky go red.
So,
At some point,
yes.
sorry. At some
No,
point, I'd like to go back and see if the inform the people in the blue cloaks, in case it escalates.
Sure. Okay. Before that, with your perception check that you've done, you guys see several people running. The first 3 people you see are a drow, a minotaur, and a elf with green hair dressed in full plate running down the street. They go running out of sight to the south in the same direction that the dragon was flying.
I follow.
You're going to try to follow them? Awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Are the rest of you going to follow with Twilight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. So you go running through town, ducking into and out of alleyways, splashing through little puddles. You can keep sight of them. As you follow them, they will leave town and head out into the forest. Are you going to continue following them into the forest?
I will not.
No.
No?
Not
I'll
unless we've
fly.
got the whole
I'm gonna
group.
fly.
Kiki?
I'll try to continue.
All right,
but
you're
I'm
gonna
going to try to
continue?
fly above them and be stealthy about it. So I'm gonna
Sure.
try to
Please roll your
stay-
stealth check. With an 18, you remain unseen, but can keep track of them. They're going to go down a path through the forest. They're going to take a bend through the woods. At a fork in the road, they will head further south to a cabin. And at the cabin, they knock. Someone lets them in quickly. There's a discussion. And then we rewind. And as we rewind, you guys will appear back in Australia at the Tower of Shalon. You will go through this. We will go through the steps once again.
We have the same discussion.
Same discussion. You guys come back. You've talked to the people at the Longstriders Consortium, and Islaren, Covet, you two were in the middle of having your pampering almost completed. You were about to get dressed before you got rewound. Twilight, you were returning to town when time reverts. Is there anything you guys would like to do in Australia before coming to the consortium?
The only thing that I do is remind everybody to say everything exactly as possible, leaving out the whole time thing. That could cause problems with time.
So we're not building the boats and going to loot the dragon cave.
Yeah.
I mean, fate has brought us back to this position for this opportunity.
Eowyn, you are
wait.
smack him.
Whoa,
That
whoa,
makes
wait.
it okay.
Normally, I would be on board with this, but after what you did with Ronaldo's Basil, no.
Fine. Okay, but still, we need to make this as close as possible to what we did before. So, even with Zutono, just make sure that we make it as exact as possible, leaving
But
out
we
the
actually
time
hit
thing.
Basil this time.
You, Twilight, you keep your mouth shut. That is what we're going to do.
Okay. So,
Everything
as
okay?
you guys come in, you talk to Sutono Sherez. Is there anything you guys would change about your conversation with Sutono?
I would not. My part of it.
Okay.
The best
So
of my
you guys
ability,
don't change
anyway.
anything. Cool. So you guys have your discussion with Sutono, and then go down to eat ribs. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody goes and eats ribs. I go and see Leslie.
Leslie smiles at you as you arrive and goes, "Here you go," and just slides the dagger across the desk to you.
I take the dagger.
Did you have any other questions? As I
Where
will
can
show
we
the dagger,
find,
because this is fun. Is it okay for me to share this with the party with the image?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, so there's the
It's
image.
pretty. The art's too pretty not to show.
Oh, that is pretty, yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Oh wow.
That's beautiful.
My only question is, where can I find Tay Eagle Splitter?
Tay is currently near the broken mug. He's on a ship on his way back here. If you'd like to talk to him, I can provide you with a way to do so.
I probably will not be able to talk to him immediately, but I would definitely take the ability to speak with him if at all possible. Is there like some sort of stone?
An appointment then.
Oh.
Or perhaps just take this for now as a loan. I expect it back by the end of the day. And she hands you a book.
A book?
Yes. She hands you a book.
And she, is there a title on the front of the book or
Yes.
on the first page?
Yes, there is. And let me get that title for you here one moment. Because it's important that I get this right. So, the book title is this. I'm just going to send this to you, Covet. It is the Tome of Zorik's Zaph.
Okay. For the player, this comes full circle. Nice. Okay, cool.
This will allow you to communicate with Tay. But I do need it back by the end of the day.
That's
After all,
perfect.
I need to be able to communicate with him on my terms.
Of course. I will have it before, I will give it to you definitely before I turn in for the evening. Thank
To
you very
ensure
much.
that you are able to use this, I do need you to repeat the incantation before leaving my office.
Of course. She looks at the incantation and says, "We ba we ha woosh hash."
Very well. It's nice to know that you're able to do such magic spells.
No problem. This one is actually kind of easy.
You are an excellent student, Covet. Please enjoy the dagger.
Thank you.
And I'm going to send this to you. So, Covet, go ahead and add this to your character sheet.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes,
Right.
yes, 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 yes. I'm gonna have to unattune something else. Dang it!
All right. So, as you go down to meet up with your party, leaving Leslie behind, the camera watches as the door closes, and Leslie reaches over to that purple covering over the orb, drawing it to the side. The camera doesn't show what the orb is, but she looks at that direction and frowns. Sister, it's about time. And that's where we're going to end for today, as we'll come back next week for the next episode of Us Against the Gods.